Alright guys, welcome back to an episode of the Patreon Sim Dynasty. I got Toledo this week. Let's see how everybody did last week. Wyoming and Charlotte. Charlotte knocks off Wyoming for the first loss of the season. Charlotte scored 28 in the second half to roar back and get the win 35-25. Wow. Taking a look at the stats, Wyoming, they're pretty even, man. 23 and 22, 327 yards of offense for Wyoming, 40 rushes for 148 yards, 2 touchdowns, 15 for 21, 179 and a touchdown, 6 for 10 on third down, 100% in the red zone, only 1 turnover. Charlotte, 365 total offense, 47 rushes for 244 yards and 3 touchdowns, 11 for 24, 121 yards and 2 touchdowns, 9 for 15 on third down, 2 for 2 on fourth down, and 5 for 6 in the red zone. This was just a heck of a game, man. Charlotte didn't have the penalties. Charlotte had better punt return yards, didn't have the turnover, and they scored touchdowns. In the red zone, Wyoming only scored 3 out of the 4 times were touchdowns, 1 time was a field goal. And it looks like that could have been the deciding factor. And plus, going forward twice on fourth down and converting put Charlotte in good position to get the win. Number 9 ranked Houston whoops ECU. ECU's got like the roughest schedule out of everybody. I'm telling you, man. He plays a lot of ranked opponents in his conference. Ends up losing 45-7. They finally get one right there at the end of the fourth quarter, but he got a touchdown. Taking a look at the stats, 16 first downs, 309 yards of total offense, 27 rushes for 89 yards, 17 for 39 for 220 and a touchdown. That's not bad, but 3 for 13 on third downs, not good. And neither is the 1 for 2 in the red zone. That's definitely not good. But the defense played pretty good on third down, forcing 10 third downs and letting convert only 1 time. I'll take that stat. That's a highlight of this day. Even though they did convert 3 for 3 on fourth down, they could do what they needed to do on third down. The defense played pretty good. It looks like it was just a not able to stop their offense kind of day whenever they needed to, maybe fill position. Just not able to do enough to get the win today. Then last but not least, Rice dominates Texas State. No real surprise there. He's got Texas State's number, whether it be this series or the Sim Dynasty with just myself and him. He likes beating up Texas State. Ends up winning 42-14. Just a solid, let him have it their whole game and never slow down. Taking a look at the stats, 24 first downs, 526 yards of total offense, 50 rushes for 243 yards and 3 touchdowns, 14 for 19 for 283 and 3 touchdowns. He threw the ball really well, only 5 incomplete passes, 6 for 11 on third down, 100% in the red zone. Even with the 2 interceptions, still put up those kind of numbers and still got the win. So taking a look at the games this week, I have Toledo, Wyoming, and Hawaii, Army, and San Jose State, UConn, and number 9, Houston. Charlotte's got a bye week, ECU's got a bye week, and Rice and Louisiana Tech. Speaking of Toledo, this was the conference championship last year. Wondering how it's going to play out this year. Kirk's picking us to win, which I'm happy about. They're undefeated and 1-0 in conference, and we are not. Well, we haven't played anybody on conference. This is our conference opener. Our rush offense is last. We don't run the ball good at all, but we throw the ball great, being number 1, so we're polar opposites. We need to focus on stopping the run this week. Hopefully we can come out and get the win. They put up a lot more yards than we do, and their defense is a little bit better than ours, but we just need to keep doing what we've been doing all year long. We'll be all right. All right, just got done with the advance, and we ended up whooping Toledo yet again, 31-17. They scored a little bit more points than they did the last time we played, but it's garbage time. They got all their points in the second half, so forget them, whatever. We got the win. I'm happy about it. We even added another one just to make sure that they knew the game was over. Checking out the team stats, 25 first downs, 456 yards total offense, 30 rushes for 63 yards. We're not a run team, and that's obvious right there. 27 for 42, 3 touchdowns, 393 yards. Threw the ball pretty good. 4 for 12 on third down, not so much. 0 for 1 on fourth down, not so much. And 2 for 4 in the red zone. That's even worse. This game could have been way over, but they held us pretty good on defense, man. They shut us down when they needed to, even though they didn't shut us down enough to get the win. Number 7, Houston ends up knocking off UConn 28-7 for their first loss in conference. Houston just dominated this whole game, dude. Golly. Taking a look at the team stats, yeah, 12 first downs, 194 yards of total offense, 32 rushes for 129 yards, no touchdowns, 7 for 24 for 65 yards. Yeah, Houston definitely did some work. They are ranked team for back-to-back years. Makes sense. 3 for 13 on third down, 1 for 1 on fourth down, and 100% in the red zone. You gotta look at the highlights, man. No turnovers. Played the game well. Just couldn't quite pull it out. Army continues dominating people, winning 31-21 with only 1 loss on the season. That gives San Jose State their first loss. They were down at the end of the first quarter, then just wham. 17 points to go up at the half, and then never look back after that. Take a look at the stats: 25 first downs, 406 yards total offense, 56 rushes for 308 yards and 3 touchdowns. Holy crap. 10 for 26 for 98 yards and a touchdown. They are a run-heavy team. I mean, that shouldn't be that much of a surprise, but still, wow. 9 for 17 on third down, pretty good stat. 2 for 2 on fourth down, and 5 for 6 in the red zone with only 1 turnover. They did what they needed to do to get the win, and it shows. Wyoming tops Hawaii in a rivalry game. Hawaii was 0-5 coming into it. They put up a good fight until the fourth quarter, and then Wyoming just said, nope. This game's ours to win, rivalry aside. Thanks for letting us come to Hawaii, but we're getting out of here with the win. Wyoming, 23 first downs, 419 yards of total offense, 44 rushes for 248 yards, 3 touchdowns, 12 for 28 for 171 and 2 touchdowns. A perfect 50% on third down and 7 for 8 in the red zone. Scoring like crazy. Wyoming's finally coming into his groove. No injuries, at least not the big ones he had last year. And his team's playing like it. Playing like a real good team that's healthy. Rice beats down Louisiana Tech 45-21. I mean, Rice scored 21 points in the fourth quarter. That's as many points as Louisiana Tech scored all game. Golly, calm down, Rice. And they did it all in a row. But dang, dude. Wow. Rice had 22 first downs, 472 yards total offense, 44 rushes for 196 yards, 3 touchdowns, 16 for 27 for 276 and 3 touchdowns, 7 for 13 on third down. It's over 50%. That's a good stack, especially compared to their 3 for 11 on third down for Louisiana Tech. 100% on fourth down, 6 for 8 in the red zone. I mean, you would like that a little bit better. He only missed 2 opportunities, but still, the way the game ended up, it didn't really matter. But you would like to have a better stat line than that in the red zone. Looking at the matchups this week, I have Northern Illinois, Wyoming, and Colorado State, Army and Old Dominion, UConn and Tulane, my bad, Charlotte and number 24 Auburn, East Carolina and North Carolina, and then Rice, Western Kentucky. Speaking of our game against the Northern Illinois Huskies, we got some people visiting this week. Got a couple of linebackers, corners, according to the top up there. 3 visiting. Kirk's picking us to win. They destroyed us last year, so we're looking for a little bit of redemption. They have a little bit of a balanced offense, so we're going to try to use that to our advantage. Since we have the number 1 offense and the number 126 or last place rushed offense, hopefully we can come out and hold them pretty good and get another victory, man. All right, we just got done with the advance. North Carolina ends up winning to East Carolina 34-21. A couple of big quarters right there in the middle, second and fourth with 28 points there. Other than that, ECU held them pretty good, man. Only 6 points. Just couldn't shut them down at the end of the first half and start of the second half. Taking a look at the stats, it was a fairly even game. 20 first downs, 446 yards of total offense, 22 rushes for 100 yards, 2 touchdowns, 22 for 44 for 356 yards and a touchdown. I mean, 50%, not bad. You would like a little higher, but it's still not bad. 5 for 12 on third down, 1 for 2 on fourth down, and 100% in the red zone. Did pretty decent. It just didn't stop them enough on third down. Them 7 for 11, and let them score 5 out of 8 times in the red zone. The turnovers probably hurt pretty good, but all in all, it was a fairly decent game, just not able to pull out the win. Old Dominion knocks off Army in overtime. That's Army's second loss of the season. Dadgum, man. Army's been tearing it up, too. They were ahead pretty good. 10 points in the first, 10 points in the fourth. And who scored last second? Old Dominion kicked a 34-yard field goal to put it to overtime, and then were able to take the cake whenever they got there. Taking a look at the stats, 31 first downs, 423 yards of total offense, 69 rushes for 408 yards, 2 touchdowns. Ran the ball great. 3 for 16 for 15 yards and a touchdown. Didn't throw the ball great. Golly, that's like every 5 was a completion. It's not a good stat. 9 for 15 on third down, 4 for 5 in the red zone, only 1 turnover. Who knows, man? Maybe that 1 turnover was the deal sealer. And they had the time possession. They had everything to this game. Should have won, unable to pull it out. Wyoming loses to Colorado State in the rivalry game. They put up a good fight. They were down 24-10 at the end of the first half, and then held them to 3 points the second half, just not able to score more than 10. Just too little too late, not able to pull it off. But look at that kick 6. I think that's the first kick return for all the users for a touchdown. Take a look at the stats. 23 first downs, 336 yards total offense, 45 rushes for 237 yards. That's pretty good. 10 for 24 for 99 yards. That's not so much. It's less than 50% and no touchdowns. 4 for 13 on third down. Definitely not good. And then 3 for 4 in the red zone with 2 field goals. You take those field goals out, turn them into touchdowns, man. You got the win by 1 point right there. It's just unfortunate, but it is what it is. Another solid game. So far, all the games have been close on paper, just unable to pull out the wins for the users. Tulane edges out UConn 23-20 with a big fourth quarter, 13 points to steal the friggin' win, man. They missed a kick and they scored with a minute left to go on top. That sucks, dude. UConn 0-2 in conference. Taking a look at the stats, 17 first downs, 305 yards of total offense, 28 rushes for 135 and 2 touchdowns, 19 for 38 for 170. No touchdowns, but another straight even 50%. 8 for 14 on third down, pretty good. 1 for 3 on third down, not great, but it's fine. 4 for 6 in the red zone with 3 interceptions. That sucks. I mean, defense did good. 6 for 16 on third down. Okay, that's pretty good. Unable to stop him in the red zone, and apparently unable to stop turning the ball over on offense, costing this game. Charlotte ends up losing to number 18 ranked Auburn. No real surprise there. I mean, that's just the caliber team difference. That's all that is. Because Auburn undefeated and ranked, and Charlotte is Charlotte. So and they did good. Only held them to 6 points in the first quarter, and then they were actually ahead 14-16 or 14-6 at one point, and then Auburn just freaking turned it on, dude. My goodness. Taking a look at the stats, yeah, Auburn definitely turned it on. Not UConn. Charlotte with 216 yards total offense, 42 rushes for 159 and a touch, 5 for 10, 57 yards and a touch, 6 for 12 on third down, pretty good. Over 1 on fourth down and 100% in the red zone. But look at Auburn, 342 yards of on the ground with 4 touchdowns, 13 for 16 passing, only 3 incomplete passes, 8 for 11 on third down, only missed it twice. And 100% in the red zone. I mean, that's hard to beat a team that's that good. We end up knocking off Northern Illinois. We got redemption for last year. Didn't blow this game. we won 49-29. Pretty happy with that. We've been playing really good. We even got some rushing touchdowns, which we're kind of lacking in. We're more of a pass-heavy team. Redding's been tearing it up. Look at that. 3 touchdowns again. Taking a look at the stats, 18 first downs, 472 yards of offense, 20 rushes for 81 yards and 2 touchdowns. We don't run the ball great, but we throw it good. 24 for 36, 391 yards, and 5 touchdowns. 1 for 8 on third down is the worst average out of everybody this week and probably everybody this season. Holy crap, dude, what the heck is going on? 100% on fourth down, though, and 3 for 7 in the red zone, and we still put this kind of points? Dude, guys, what the heck was the problem today? Unable to convert when we needed, but we got the touchdowns regardless. Holy crap. And 2 interceptions, but we had a great day. Just not in the red zone and not on third down. And then Rice keeps it rolling, ends up winning 45-28 over Western Kentucky. He got revenge for last year. I think this team kind of surprised him last year, knocked him off. So both of us got redemption from the teams that beat us in conference. Take a look at the team stats. 23 first downs, 523 yards solo offense, 45 rushes for 222 yards and 5 touchdowns. 18 for 23 for 301 yards and a touchdown. This guy is going off, dude. He's balanced offense, I don't know, but he's able to throw the ball well, only 5 incompletions, and run the ball well. Golly. 70% in the red zone, 1 for 2 70% on third down, 50% on fourth down, not bad. 100% in the red zone for sure got him the win today. With only 1 field goal, I mean 6 touchdowns, just bam. That's doing good. Defense playing well. 3 for 8 for them, 1 for 3, and held them to 3 for 4 in the red zone. Taking a look at the games this week, I have Eastern Michigan, Wyoming, and San Jose State. Army's got a bye week. UConn and Tulsa, Charlotte and Old Dominion, ECU and Memphis, and then Rice has a bye week. So taking a look at our game with Eastern Michigan, Kirk's picking us to win. No real surprise there. Once again, another team that's very even. 2.2 yards difference on offense. Wow. I mean, their total offense is what we get, just throwing the ball. So hopefully we can keep doing that. Their rush defense almost last. So we need to be able to just throw it around and have a heyday. Hopefully we can come out and get a win. Alright, just getting with the advance. And Wyoming ends up winning 27-24. San Jose State put up a good fight in the fourth, scoring 14, trying to do it, but Wyoming scores with 1:42 left to take the lead and seal the deal. Checking out the team stats, 23 first downs, 392 yards of total offense, 58 rushes for 311 yards and 2 touchdowns, 7 for 20, 81 yards, and 1 touchdown. Now, if you don't know Pride Leader, this dude is in the subscriber dynasty as well, and he throws and scores points like crazy, so it's weird to me seeing that his team on the sim is running the ball. It's just like complete opposite, so it's just odd to me, but he got the win, so it works. 11 for 17 on third down and 100% in the red zone. Even with the 2 turnovers, still able to hold on thanks to solid play on third down and in the red zone to get points on the board. We continue our MAC dominance by taking out Eastern Michigan 35-10. We scored 21 in the second. They scored, and then we scored a return, a pick six, and a touchdown. We've had 2 pick sixes in the same quarter, and in like the last 3 minutes. That's crazy. Heck yeah. Taking a look at the stats: 17 first downs, 359 yards total offense, 31 rushes for 143 yards. We ran the ball? Wow. That's weird. 17 for 32 for 261 and 2 touchdowns. 5 for 14 on third down. That's not good. That needs to be at least 7 or 8, man. At least convert two more of those attempts. And 3 for 4 in the red zone. Not good. But we only turned the ball over once, and with their 4 turnovers and 2 of them resulting in instant touchdowns, help propel us for the win. Charlotte ends up beating Old Dominion. I think Old Dominion just knocked off UConn. I know they just beat somebody, but Charlotte comes out with a game plan and gets the job done, scoring 14 in the second and then 10 in the third to score just enough to get the win. Taking a look at the stats: 22 first downs, 329 yards total offense, 50 rushes for 210 yards, 3 touchdowns, 12 for 25 for 119 and a touchdown, 7 for 15 on third down. Not bad. Makes up for it by being 100% on fourth down and 100% in the red zone, so the turnover didn't really matter. His defense did pretty good, kept him under 50% and 0% on fourth down, even though they allowed them to score every time they were in the red zone. UConn's having a little struggle right now. Since they got in the conference, they've lost at least 3 straight, maybe more. With Tulsa dominating again, 5-1, 4-0 in conference. And Tulsa it was a close game for the first quarter, and then it wasn't. I mean, UConn had the lead at one point. No, they didn't. My bad. They were still down. It was 14-10, and then Tulsa just turned on the Jets and walked away with this one with an easy win. Taking a look at the stats: 22 first downs, 359 yards of total offense, 33 rushes for 176 and no touchdowns, 16 for 36 for 183 yards and 2 touchdowns, 7 for 5 on 15 for 15 on third down. Not bad. 100% in the red zone and 100% on fourth down. Gets the job done. But the 3 turnovers killed them, and they had them in the red zone 8 times and let them score 8 times. He's step up his defensive game. Hopefully I know he's doing a great job recruiting. Dude's got recruits like every week this year. It's crazy. So hopefully he stays as that coach and doesn't get fired. ECU ends up putting the boots to Memphis for his 2nd win of the year. He's gotten in the conference, and it's been pretty good for him. He ended up with 42-21, and it was 21-0 at the half before they scored. So 21-7, and then another 21-7. And they just made sure that Memphis knew what was up. Taking a look at the stats: 28 first downs, 568 yards of total offense, 32 rushes for 216 and a touchdown, 26 for 43 for 352 and 5 touchdowns. Holy crap. I know he's been running the ball a lot. I didn't realize 5 touchdowns? Golly. 8 for 12 on third down, 0 for 1 on fourth down, and 3 for 5 in the red zone. This game could have been a lot worse for Memphis if they were able to convert like that fourth down or score any more points in the red zone. I'm going to assume the 2 turnovers were in the red zone because 2 missed opportunities. You never know though, but it doesn't matter. Even with the turnovers, still get a dominating win. So taking a look at the conference standings, I got the MAC locked up pretty good right now. Just need to make sure I continue to win in conference. And on the other side, it's pretty even right now. Western Michigan, Northern Illinois are the top 2 front runners. Mountain West, Colorado State leading the charge, but Wyoming's been playing extremely well in this season. So hopefully they can come out, and I think their only loss, so hopefully they can come out and get the win in the conference. The other side, Nevada and San Diego State are leading the way. In the American, ECU and Connecticut are still in it. Even though Connecticut's 0-3 in conference, they're still in it because USF is leading the conference as of right now, but it could flip at any moment. The other side, Houston, number 5 ranked Houston, undefeated. No real surprise there. Tulsa's only lost 1 game all season, so no real surprise there. Same as SMU. Conference USA, Charlotte leading the charge. There you go, boy. What? Charlotte, and then FIU, and then Western Kentucky right behind them. The other side, you have Rice, UTEP, and Southern Miss. So hopefully we can get the user matchup in the conference championship. Independence, Army still doing pretty good, man. 3-2 on the season, not too shabby. He made a bowl game last year, knocked me out. So he's doing pretty good for himself. Checking out the championship contenders, UCLA #1, then Clemson, LSU, Virginia Tech, Houston, Texas, Notre Dame, Florida, Auburn, and Michigan. So following the top 10, the first user is myself, coming in at number 45, and then Rice at 59, Wyoming at 71, Army at 80, Charlotte at 84, ECU at 100, and Connecticut at 102. Taking a look at the injury report, Bradshaw, Army's quarterback, out with a fractured forearm for 5 weeks. Ouch. Says the majority of us are getting the conference play, Army independent, no real conference, but the meat of the schedule for most teams, out for 5 weeks. We have Jennings, our power running back, with dislocated elbow, out for 9 weeks. We might get him back for a bowl game if we make it, but looks like he is done for the season. Charlotte and Connecticut both have no injuries. ECU still have their right outside linebacker out for 2 more weeks. Rice has no injuries, and Wyoming, strong safety, out for 9 weeks with a fractured forearm. That's a huge hurt. And Wallace, the left tackle, dislocated elbow, probable. Should be back after this next week, or should be back here pretty quick. But another huge issue for Wyoming is the injuries, man. Star players being hurt. Taking a look at the job security, since we're about middle of the season, Connecticut sitting at 83, and he needs to make sure he wins at least 7 games. So he needs to go on a little streak here, win a couple of games. Hopefully 5 in a row will do the trick. And the ECU coming in at 97%. And Conference USA, Rice and Charlotte are both 100%. Independent, Army, 100%. And the MAC, myself, 100%. And then in the Mountain West, Wyoming at 100%. Looking at the games this week, I have a bye week. Wyoming's got a bye week. Army and Ball State, UConn and ECU, user versus user matchup, Charlotte and Louisiana Tech, ECU and UConn, then Rice, UTEP. So taking a look at the recruiting board, we are struggling to get recruits this year. We've got quite a bit, but we're having to fight for a lot of these guys. This athlete, there's 3 of us still fighting for. I don't know if I'll stay in enough range after everybody else visits, but we'll see. This other athlete, I'm fighting UConn for. He's slowly gaining points. It's just a lot of iffy this year. Nobody for sure starting to pull away on. Like even Alabama found this guy, and they're starting to jump quite a bit week to week. So it's just one of those seasons where we're not able to recruit very well. I mean, we've got decent recruits to commit, 74, 271. But as a player, these are average players. I want people like upper 70s, lower 80s, like 75 plus is what I look for. I understand it's only my 2nd year, but we need quality players fast. But I have a bye week this week, so no matchup for me to look forward to. I just get to enjoy the rest and the break and recuperate. But that's going to be it for this episode. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I will see y'all next time.